Hi, you're very welcome. And in this video, what we're going to look at is, a question that I was asked by somebody a while back, just about to use the ifs function to identify, for example, what's late, early, and on time. So the criteria that was given, that basically anything that's late by 10 days or more would show as late, and it's showing up here as these ones as like a minus. So anything that's overdue is like a minus. Shipment that are early by more than 10 days would show as early. So basically if it's a plus 10 or more, it's early. And if it's between minus 10 and plus 10, it's show on time. So I'm going to use the ifs function for this one, right, which is one of the new kids on the block from Office 365. Okay? And we're also going to throw in a dash of an and function there as well. So I click up here on the formulas, I go to logical, and I go down to ifs. Okay. And the first logical test is that I want to see, is this figure here, okay, less than or equal to put in a minus, this one here, F4 to fix it, multiplied by minus 1. All right, so what I'm saying here is it minus 10 or minus 11 or minus 12 or anything like that? If that's the case, then the value of true is going to be late. Put in here. The other one then I want to look at is if it's more than 10 days. So I want to say if that value here is greater than or equal to just this one, F4. Okay, and I'm actually just going to leave the equals out, but just greater than F4. And if that's the case, so if that number is greater than that, it's going to be early. Now then we come to the final one, which is the trickiest one. And this is where we're going to use the AND function. And I suppose in some ways, AND function is what you use as use instead of, if you like, between. So we'll type in AND, and then open left brackets. And I want to say, first of all, if this one here, okay, if it is less than or equal to F4, so that covers the ones that are less than 10. And then the other one I want to say is that if this one here is greater than or equal to this one up here, I'm just going to put in brackets then, multiplied by minus 1. All right. So that's going to basically say if it's like a minus 9 or a minus 8, pick it up, and that's the second part of it. Okay, and then I just close my little brackets there as well. And if that's true, I'm going to say that it's on time. And then I click OK. Now when I double click on this, okay, now this is kind of interesting because let me see what I've done wrong here to come up with the NA on it. Okay, what I've done here wrong is that I've look up here, I check all the obvious things first, which is that I've forgotten to fix the H1 up here. All right, rookie mistake. Click here and then double click on it, but it's always good to just check those things first. So there we have it. You can see. So for example, if it's minus 10 or late, it's on time. So I might just say go up to this one, take out the equals, then double click on it. See there? Okay. So basically if it's, it's between minus 10, it's late. Okay, so one of the things I'm not happy about here when I look at it is that I can see there minus 10 is saying it's late, whereas my criteria is saying basically if it's between minus 10 and plus 10, it was on time. So let me go back up here to the formula at the top. Okay, and I'm just going to say if it's if it's less than, because if it's equal to, it doesn't matter. Press enter. And then just double click on the corner to copy it down. Okay, so I've got an NA here. Okay, so that means essentially that I haven't accounted for the I haven't accounted for exactly that. All right. So when I come back up here again, if you notice here, I'm collecting my formulas from the top. If I click up here at the top, like what I've done up here is that I you see there, I have, less than or equal to that one there, 10. Okay, and I've actually amended this. So it's basically saying if it's less than or equal to 10, or if it's greater than or equal to the one to the minus 10, and that, see, then that picks it up, that one on it. The one thing you need to bear in mind with your ifs function is, I suppose the if function is that you know, if you think there's a condition that you haven't kind of thought of something for, you will need to wrap an if-error function around it to make sure that that's actually accounted for as well. Okay, so that one there, and I hope I find it useful. Take care. Bye. See you in the next video.